Please don't fucking lose.
Mystic Mac is just back.
Squeeze me. Boom, 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 boom. KO.
I don't think that's a small record. That's perfectly acceptable.
He's just really, really good looking. Bro, it doesn't pay to be a criminal unless you're really good at it. Nah, I'm not going to throw it. Fucking hammerhead shark, get out of here.
Welcome back to MMA Mathletes. My name's Sean. This is Joe. We're two casual MMA fans who happen to be degenerate gamblers. Come join us while we chase the perfect parlay each week. This week, we're breaking down UFC 325, Volkanovski versus Lopes. If you enjoy our content, make sure you're subscribed.
All right, so this past weekend, we had Paddy versus Gaethje. Man, told y'all Justin Gaethje's that guy. Man, I'm so happy he won. Paddy looked really good, though. Paddy didn't look like no schlub. That was crazy.
Well, he looked like he was willing to do the fight, honestly. If there's one thing that we know that Justin Gaethje is going to do, he's going to make it a war. He's going to make it into a dog fight. And if you have that dog, it's going to be an interesting fight. If not, he's going to put you out.
Honestly, there's a few times where I thought he was getting put out.
Oh, 100%.
But the grappling, how impressive. Everyone thought that grappling was going to be such a big deal. But, I mean, Gaethje was manhandling him.
Yeah. I mean, I think that Paddy said it right. He got hit in the first round, and that sucked all of his cardio. And on top of it, in order to get most of that grappling off, you have to get inside pretty much clinching range, which means you have to get past Justin Gaethje's boxing. But his boxing, especially close boxing, is elite for MMA.
And then there's also parts where you saw him sprawl. His hips were so close to the ground on those sprawls. And then he would just slam him with that front headlock straight to ground and pound every time.
People also forget that he was a Division I wrestler, I believe, or maybe Division II. Division I. He's not a slouch on the ground. He just looks. He's gonna get manhandled by someone that's from Dagestan. 2-3 years Dagestan. He's gonna be getting manhandled by people like that. But Paddy's not that guy.
What'd you think about that Sean O'Malley fight, though? I felt like that was such a lackluster performance. I think that he was so nervous to get put out or to look bad in the fight that he ended up looking flat.
I think that he just had no steam, because he's not coming in with any kind of knockouts, no wins. The last two fights that he's had has been against Merab both times, lost both times, just got finished for the first time in his career. So, it's a lot of soul searching at that point.
He's like, please don't fucking lose.
Yeah, seriously. Most of the fight was him fighting not to lose. But, I mean, seeing him in the post-fight, how excited, he kind of got the monkey off his back of just, I'm back in the win column. It's going to be interesting, his next fight. I think that he is going to get that fight against Petr Yan. I think that's going to be his next fight.
I like what Petr Yan said, though. He said, oh, did anything interesting happen while I was asleep? He missed everything. That means that he missed the Umar fight because that was boring. And then he missed that fight because it was boring.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know who else in the division would just supersede them.
Merab.
I mean, yeah, obviously.
Rematch for Merab.
The rematch for Merab would obviously be the highest one, but we don't know where Merab's at in life right now. Because, I mean, he's doing some soul searching, I think, and stuff like that. So, I mean, he might be going up to 145. There's a lot of things in the air for him. So I guess Sean O'Malley makes sense because you got the storylines there. Peter, he wants to avenge that loss. And then you also have, I guess you have Umar, but he's just so lackluster. He doesn't try to get finishes or anything. And it's unfortunate because, I mean, he has the skill. He has the potential to put people out, and he doesn't. And it's just, I think that's the most frustrating part about Umar's game.
Then you have Rose, who definitely got robbed.
Oh, 100%.
That was the most robbery. I had Natalia winning by decision before the fight even started. And then at the end, I was like, oh, shit, Rose just won by split decision. Crazy.
Yeah,
then they were like,
her.
Natalia. I was like, what the fuck?
I think they gave her 30-27, if I'm not mistaken.
Crazy.
What are we talking about
That's
here?
That's insane.
There at no point was I like, oh, she won the first round. Oh, she won the second round. I think it was 2-1. She didn't get her actual offense, and she didn't even look like herself until the third round. So I just don't know where they're thinking that she's. I think they're just doing it just to push her. Which not a smart move because now who's she fight next? Does she fight for the belt? Because Shevchenko going up against Natalia that we saw last night is going to get dusted. Like absolutely manhandled. I would foresee a finish in that fight, honestly.
No, yeah, 100%.
Like I think that she just gets absolutely just manhandled by Valentina.
Derek Lewis just not being Derek Lewis and doing Derek Lewis things.
That's the thing about Derek Lewis. He is the ultimate hard to bet fighter.
Dude, I mean, I'm never betting on him or Bukauskas ever again.
Okay, well, Bukauskas is, I mean, I dare say it, trash. Like that was such a bunk ass fight. You're going up against Krylov. Krylov is throwing all these looping shots, and his guard is so open for straight shots. Like just begging you to just throw that too. You just never did.
Yeah, every time he would slip, no, I'm not going to throw it. No, I'm not going to throw it.
Why are you acting like you have this fucking god tier Canelo head movement as well? Like he would try to angle out and do like the, like trying to get his head off the line and stuff like that, which is cool, but keep your fucking hands up, right? That's why you got put out, right? Like, what are we talking about here?
Yeah, it's super annoying that at one point in time, he was just looking for that one shot. Why are you looking for that one shot? Like early in the fight, like halfway through the first round, he's like, well, I got to get that one shot knockout. It's like, no, dude, you need to set up your shots. This guy is not ready to be knocked out yet.
He's also an older fighter, which means that he's seen a lot of shit in this fight game. So you just throwing one shot, he's going to time you. He's going to find you because of that. He's going to be able to defend just one shot.
Which is what we saw.
Yeah, exactly. He kept on countering him. He looked good. He was the better fighter. Good for him. He called out Blachowicz. Terrible idea. Blachowicz is going to walk through him. Like, that's going to be a really bad matchup. Long night for him, in my opinion. I don't think Krylov is to that caliber, but I guess we'll see. Your boy Josh Hokett doing Josh Hokett things. Did call out Waldo.
I want Waldo Cortez to fight him so bad. I would love Waldo Cortez just to beat the brakes off that guy.
I mean, I'm here for that fight.
Dude, he used to be a boxer putting out people. So, I mean, we saw his little touch of death. He barely stepped back, barely threw anything. Down goes Derek Lewis. And then also the most disrespectful Terriondo pass.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if that's the right one, but I think it is. But the most disrespectful pass just to get around him for ground and pound. He was like, excuse me. Boom, 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 boom. KO.
Yeah. I mean, also it's kind of difficult because Derek Lewis looked like the other side of the coin, Derek Lewis. He didn't look like prime Derek Lewis, where he didn't look like himself at all. Might be the end of his career. I don't know. He's getting a little old, honestly.
That's bad.
It is what it is, I'm excited to see what Waldo does next, though. Like, does he go for Cyril? Gone? Because I would be here for that fight.
Yeah, I'm here for that fight. I'm actually becoming quite a fan of him.
Yeah. I mean, he has slick boxing. It really shows that if you just have fundamentals, especially if you're in the heavyweight division, you can go like really far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously
having the tangibles of power and stuff like that, but having the technique is just so much more important.
It's cool to punch hard, but if you're not landing your shots, it doesn't make any sense.
You're not setting up your shots. You're not learning just the basic fundamentals of entrances and exits and things like that. Your power doesn't really translate that well.
Yeah. A lot of our Patreon bets for our spicy picks were kind of washed, all because of Gautier. Gautier just decided not to show up. I didn't realize how bad his footwork was until this fight.
Very simplistic footwork. Almost, I mean, it might be disrespectful to him or it might be a compliment to Bilal, but very similar to
Bilal
Bilal's.
has better footwork than him.
Damn.
No, because like the problem with him is that when he's moving, he's putting his feet together constantly. So he's just always stuck in the mud. And he's like a giant robot trying to figure out where everyone is. That's exactly why Parlay was able just to circle around him and just hit him and not be hit. And when he did get hit, he was getting destroyed. But if someone can take the hits and give them back to him, I mean, you have the key to beating him.
I mean, that's why it's so crucial to understand the why and why you do things. Like, why do you throw a hook when someone's circling? Oh, that's because you want him to stay away from that side. Oh, he's circling this way. You throw the hook so then he stays in your range. You saw so many times in that fight where he had to throw like super awkwardly And he was still landing the shot and actually hurting Pelayev, which is absolutely crazy. That's beyond physics right there.
Imagine if he had fundamentals and he was doing everything properly.
Like you need to corral him in order to
off the
throw
cage,
it.
bro. What are you doing?
I mean, we've been seeing a lot of issues with that lately, but like that was just like if he learned how to just cut off the cage, that fight would go first round knockout
For sure.
and he would be an absolute problem. But now we're like, oh, he has a huge hole in his game.
But he is 23. He has lots of years to fix that hole, and he has the intangible of being a fucking unit.
Yeah.
Terminator out there.
I don't know where he fights out of, but I would love to see him go with like a very high level striking coach. Get him to learn some of those fundamentals.
We had some parlays this weekend, some spicy ones that didn't hit because Gaudier, but they were all on our Patreon. Do we have any that hit on our Patreon?
No, but we did have one on the live stream.
We did have one on the live stream that hit. We live stream every Saturday, and we do live bets during the live stream. So we do extra parlays and extra live betting in general. That's going to be on Kick, Twitch, and YouTube. We're going to start doing it on TikTok as well. But we have a Patreon, MMA Mathletes. So it's Patreon / MMA Mathletes. And we do our spicy parlays. And then also on top of that, you get one additional podcast per week, which is boxing. And we do whatever the boxing content is for that week. We break down our parlays on the channel as well. So the cool thing is this weekend we have Teofimo versus
Shakur
Stevenson. So if you do want to watch that, all it is $1 to subscribe and you get everything. So let's say you put a $5 bet down on one of our spicy parlays and they hit for like $24. You've now paid for 2 years of our subscription. It's so easy. But if you don't want to do that and you just want to support us, it's completely free just to follow us. This week, not too much fight news. I do know that Dana is, he said that after this fight week was over, the previous fight week that we just had, 324, he was going to sit down with some people and figure out who's fighting on the White House card, how all the logistics are working, pretty much get it as close to perfect as possible this week, Monday through Friday. And then he's going to polish it up until the event actually happens. But allegedly, they got Connor fighting on the card. They just don't know. It's like almost guaranteed he's on the card right now. But it's not going to be Michael Chandler, which I'm here for. I just don't want it to be Masvidal, which when brought up to Dana, Dana said that's some goofy shit. He said he's not going to do Masvidal versus McGregor.
Who do you want him to fight?
Topuria.
Are you serious?
Dude, that would be a fun fight. No?
That would be a fun fight.
Ian Gary. Anyone that does that, like that's a loudmouth, very fun fighter. I want him to fight a fun fighter.
I mean, I'm just thinking like stylistically. It's also difficult because you're like, where's his weight class right now?
Yeah, it is difficult with that, but I'm pretty sure he's a psycho. So he's going to meet you at 155 or 170 or 185. He said he wanted Chandler at 185 a while ago, remember?
That's what I'm saying.
But now he's natural because he's in the pool.
Yeah.
So because of that, I think he's probably going to be the 170 or 155 division. So who in the 155 to 170 do you want?
150, dude, 155.
You got to imagine, though, he's also Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
Right? This could be a catchweight 165.
Yeah, that's true.
He pulls the strings, brother.
As long as we can get him on the card, that's all that matters, right?
It was hard for him to make 155 against Dustin. I remember that. And that was when he wasn't even huge. You know what I mean? So I think he's probably going to be 170, I would assume. 170, who do you want to see him?
Ian would be cool. Stephen Thompson.
Oh, dude.
That would be pretty sweet, right?
They're like boys, though. I would love to see Stephen Thompson.
That would be a very interesting fight.
That's actually a really good fight.
Yeah.
Because they're boys. Stephen Thompson always touts his style and looks up to him.
Yeah.
And I mean, Stephen Thompson's just a great guy. I love watching him.
And like, he's just a high level competitor.
It would be interesting also because McGregor, he has the best fights when he goes in there like, fuck this guy. But you can't say fuck this guy to Stephen Thompson.
Yeah, that is true. He's so nice. Like,
he's so nice. So it's like we're gonna see kind of a flatter Connor if he can't hate the guy, because he's gonna come out looking like Poirier too.
It's difficult because I think you want him to fight someone that's not super high up in the rankings.
But it has to be a fun fight.
Still ranked, but not like top 5, I feel. Because I feel like top 5.
Yeah, but the interesting thing is, name a top 5.
Michael Morales.
Okay, Michael Morales. How's Michael Morales fight? Right? He goes out there, kind of walks forward, and then he goes, tries to hit the big shot. He's not a dog. You know what I mean? I mean, he's good. He's very good, very powerful. But like there's a time where you would see these guys go out there and just put everything out there. McGregor in 145, he didn't stop pressing forward. Him against Nate Diaz didn't stop pressing forward. Nowadays, people fight not on the gas pedal, which is why it's so fun. Like even Volkanovski. Volkanovski, he hits, comes out, comes in. It's not like that with McGregor. McGregor just goes in and then in and then in, just keeps pressing forward no matter what. If you're hitting him, he's hitting you back, pressing you against the fence, doing everything. Him against Michael Morales would be a very fun fight. But it'd be interesting, all these people always calling for him, and he gives a payday to someone who is not a huge star. So I don't see him fighting Mike Morales just for that reason.
So you're thinking shit talker, right? So obviously Ian Gary, I mean, he's top 5 though. I don't know if you would want him to fight just yet, you know. What about someone that's ranked still? That's a shit talker. What about Colby Covington?
No. No, he would fuck up Colby Covington.
Well, yeah, but then like we would get to see him fuck up Colby Covington.
But it wouldn't be a fun thing.
And he's like super American.
Man, just thinking about that Colby Covington versus Buckley fight, how lame that was.
I mean, it was also short notice.
Him against
though.
Buckley. Let's get it.
Oh, dude, him.
Let's run that shit.
I was thinking that originally, but I was like, I mean, like, Buckley's not a huge shit talker.
He's a fun fighter.
He is a fun fighter, though.
He's a fun fighter.
He is a fun fighter.
He's a good shit talker. He talks a lot of shit.
But I mean, I would love to see them fight. I mean, I would like to see an American because it's like USA versus everyone else.
Yeah.
I kind of want to like fuck with that to keep that going. But yeah, dude, him versus Buckley would be really fun. And the interesting part about Buckley is that he does have that like random explosive one-shot power.
Dude, I'm just saying though, can you imagine Ilia Topuria versus him?
Oh, that'd be so much fun. The
At the
lead up,
155?
the
That'd
lead
be
up
an
would be
insane lead up.
oh yeah,
Be disgusting.
absolutely filthy.
He knocks out McGregor.
McGregor knocks him out. Oh, dude.
Yo.
Mystic Mac is just back.
Dude, we are so back.
Oh,
Yo, if
dude.
that happened.
That would be wild.
Yeah, because I was thinking who you can give him like Khabib Jr., but you can't give him Islam because Islam 170 champ, he would destroy McGregor.
Jack Della Maddalena.
But I thought you want an American.
Yeah, but I mean, you were talking about Topuria, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to see Jack versus McGregor. The buildup wouldn't be the
Yeah, I was going to
good.
say it's kind of the same thing as Stephen Thompson, where like he seems like a nice dude.
You need to have a good buildup where they're like, fuck you, back and forth.
Yeah.
You need to have like McGregor really take it personally.
Yeah, because like you couldn't do like Shavkat because Shavkat doesn't speak English.
Yeah, it wouldn't
Like
be
that's
very
not
fun.
going to be fun. I mean, you got Pratis up there, but like, I mean, the styles would be kind of fun.
The styles
but-
would be fun, but the lead
Yeah.
up wouldn't be fun.
Yeah. I mean, what about 155?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Arman Tsarukyan, imagine.
That'd be so dumb.
What about Max Holloway
Oh, they rematch at
They
155?
at 155?
That'd be crazy.
I mean, he's number 3. That'd be pretty sick. I mean, I guess you could like give him like someone down like lower, like I don't know, like Beneil, and he just ends Beneil.
No, he has to have a good build up.
I know.
I think Max Holloway would be a good build up.
Yeah, Max
They'd be
Holloway,
able to sell the shit out of that
that would
fight.
be good. I mean, you got Charles Oliveira.
Nah, I think
Yeah,
McGregor takes that.
yeah. You think he takes that?
I think he takes that.
That's spicy.
If McGregor comes back the way I think he's going to come back, I think he's going to take. I think
You think he's really gonna come out?
I don't think he's
y'all
gonna-
must have forgot.
I think he's going to come out like that, but I don't think he's going to come out like how he was originally. But I think he's still going to come out with a different mentality that we haven't seen in a fight in a really long time.
Imagine Sean Brady 155, his debut against that'd be
Gnarly
brutal.
weight cut just to get there. He said Sean Brady said he couldn't make 155. He's not doing 155.
It sucks because most of these people are just not shit talkers.
I'm saying Ilia Topuria, bro.
You got Ilia Topuria, you got Max Holloway, right? Max Holloway, it's like
Either one sold.
pretty good.
Take my money.
So you got Arman. He's a good shit talker, but he's gonna fucking ragdoll him because he's just like a wrestler like that. Like it would be just like kind of the same
Who?
thing as Islam. Arman Tsarukyan.
You think he would ragdoll McGregor?
Yeah, I think he would just wrestle him. He would be like a little pit bull, just fucking getting him to the ground.
Maybe. Dude, I don't even know if y'all must have forgot, but I think you must have forgot.
No, it's not that I forgot. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I just remember him not having, like, he has good ground game, but he doesn't have elite ground game.
Mm-mm.
Arman has elite ground game.
Honestly, we haven't really seen him use that ground game that he had during the Khabib fight.
I mean, if he's been wrestling, the 2-3 years off, he was actually in Dagestan, not on a yacht.
I don't know, man. Like I think he trains quite a bit.
You know, and then you have Gaethje and Patty. I guess you got Gaethje. I mean
You got Patty.
I mean that would be pretty sick. I mean Patty, yeah, I guess we got that. That would be a pretty interesting fight.
Dude, he comes in, steals the interim title from Gaethje, and then fights for the belt against Islam.
There we go. There we go.
So stupid. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who they're gonna pick for McGregor, but better be interesting. And don't bring out some old legend that doesn't even add anything. There's no value. So McGregor's just gonna come for one fight, and that's it. He's gonna bounce, or he's gonna come and stick around. What are we doing here? You know, because if he's gonna come out of retirement and do like 2 to 3 more fights, then we have to get someone ranked. We have to get someone that's actually gonna shoot him up. But if not, then it's like, okay, well then we're just gonna have to get someone who's just fun. So Carlos Prates versus Jack Della Maddalena is signed for 327. Who do you have?
I think you have to give it to Prates right now. I gotta see how they look the week of, but I don't know. I think that momentum from wins does carry a lot of weight, and Jack Della Maddalena losing the way he did to Islam, like that kind of fucks with psyche. So I just don't know where he's at right now in like needing to win mode, or if he's like, I don't know. Like I just feel like momentum really does matter in those situations. So currently, I think Prates.
Gotcha. Yeah, I totally disagree. I have JDM winning that.
You have JDM winning?
Yeah, I think that his volume and pressure on the feet, I think he's gonna be able to put Prates on the back foot. He's gonna have that little bit of boxing to go with his kicking and his clinching and all that stuff. That camp he just did for Islam, I think he wants that title shot back. I think he's probably like, I think I could have done this. If I didn't get kicked in the leg, this would have changed. I think all those things. Yeah. I don't think he thought he lost momentum. I think he's like, I was there once. I'm going to get there again.
I mean, I would love to see it. I'd love seeing Jack Della Maddalena in there. I mean, I just want to see what he looks like the week of. Mm-hmm. You know, you can definitely see in the eyes when like someone's just like fucking locked in and dialed, and you're just like,
I mean, Patty looked pretty dialed. He was pretty locked in the eyes. Gaethje didn't look too locked in. He's always locked in. That's the key. He's always locked in.
Yeah.
He's always down. Then you have Duplessis and Brendan Allen on the same card.
No fucking way. Really?
We're finally seeing DDP, baby.
Dude, that's interesting. That's a really interesting fight.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, I wasn't super high on Brendan Allen, and then seeing him just walk through RDR like that, dude. I mean, I'm really here for that fight.
It's so interesting because what DDP are we going to see? I haven't even really been seeing DDP pop up anywhere except for on Cameron Simon's Instagram. Every now and then I'll see him pop up, and it's like, oh, just train with DDP. Just train with him. Just train with my boy.
Yeah.
But it's like, dude, how much training do you think that fool's doing? I don't think he's leaving the gym. I think he's so fucking locked in.
He is kind of a psychopath like that, I think.
He was drinking so many beers and partying so much when he was doing everything. And now he's like, oh, that loss? Dude, that sucked. I'm going to cut back on the beers. I'm going to, I think he's really locking in.
How much grappling do you think he's doing right now?
Oh, I think he's doing so much grappling and probably so much boxing and so much grappling. I'm assuming that's what he's doing.
Dude, imagine he just has a completely different style when he goes up against Brendan Allen.
Dude, yeah.
You're just like, what the fuck? Where did this come from?
Speaking of styles, though, dude, the matchup for Chris Curtis versus, how do you say his name? Mitabek? Orobai?
Oh, really?
Interesting fight,
That's an interesting fight.
March 14th.
I don't even know who fucking takes that.
That is super tough. I don't even have a prediction for that.
I don't even have a prediction. I think it probably goes decision, I would say.
I think it's going decision.
But it's going to be like a fought decision, you know?
That's a war.
When
split decision.
Yeah, like when we watched Gaethje versus
dude, we finally call it on the podcast. This is going to be a draw.
That'd be so spicy.
That's spicy. A knockdown in the third, and then Chris Curtis wins the first two. You heard it here first. Dude. Draw.
He comes out the first round and just dominates Chris Curtis, like on the ground and stuff. 10-8 round. And then the next 2 rounds, Chris Curtis just dogs him. So he gets 2 10-9s to get this, what's it called? The draw.
And then Dustin Jacoby is fighting. I'm not really too familiar with it. The person he's fighting, Julius Walker, but he's fighting February 7th. That's pretty cool. I'm a big fan of Dustin Jacoby's fights.
I think Dustin Jacoby is going to win that fight.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, he's had a full fight camp, and and he's not missing out too much.
You know, it's an interesting fight. This next one, Nathaniel Wood versus Lucina Keita or whatever. Keita.
Yeah, Keita. Who's his last fight?
Lucina Keita. It's UFC London, March 21st.
I'm a big fan of Nathaniel Wood's game.
Dude, we've had him on here. Don't gaslight me like this. Oh, he's supposed to fight Patricio Pitbull.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then he was
Got canceled.
Yeah, because he missed weight.
Yeah, he was above the weight limit.
I thought that he got kicked out.
Yeah, he's fighting on the UFC London.
I think
Nathaniel Wood's going to take that for show.
I think he does.
That's my boy.
If Keita fucking weighs in properly.
And then you got Chase Hooper fighting Lance Gibson Jr. at UFC Seattle on March 28th.
Lance Gibson's the guy that who's called just fought, right? King Green?
Yeah, he just fought him.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah, that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he's fighting
Chase Hooper. That's a tough fight.
That's a tough fight to tell.
I'll have to wait till we get closer to even call something on that.
Yeah, because I mean, like, Hooper obviously is a fucking tactician on the ground. But then, I mean, Lance is not bad on his feet.
Dude.
He just seemed so hesitant and like he just felt like, obviously fighting King Green is awkward anyways. But on short notice, it's even more awkward. So, I mean, I just don't know if we saw the best of him in that fight.
Crazy that we have your girl versus my girl next. We have Verna Jandiroba versus Tabitha Ricci. April 4th.
Why is that my girl?
Well, you can't have Tabitha Ricci. That's my girl.
I mean, maybe I'm progressive. Maybe she has no man.
Is it because she has no line of vision in the right way?
I'm keeping that in.
Dude, I don't care.
Yeah, it's because she looks like Sid the Sloth.
If she walked in the room, I'd say, I see you.
And she's like, I don't see you. It's weird.
It's funny you said that with one eye.
You're around my vision.
Yeah. Fucking hammerhead shark, get out of here. Please don't beat me up.
With her fucking knee sleeves, yeah.
Oh, stop. Yeah, Tabitha's taking that though.
Yeah, I think so too.
That's her retirement fight, I believe.
Retirement? How old is she? You're like, I fucking hate you.
She's turning 38 this year.
Oh, okay, yeah.
She'll be 37 at this fight, and the next month she'll be 38.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely see Tabitha winning that fight. I think her pressure is just going to overwhelm Jandiroba, especially with stand up. Is so easily like pressured. Like she just gives up. Once someone gives her any kind of resistance on the feet, she's like, "Oh, I'm just going to go to the cage and then I'll just force shoot." And then, and she just does that shit. You can't do that with Ricci.
She's looked incredibly flat her last few fights as well, in my opinion. Who'd she fight last?
Mackenzie Dern. But also Mackenzie Dern looked kind of flat in that fight, in my opinion.
Really? I think that just looked like prime Mackenzie Dern.
Yeah.
She's looked the same every fight forever.
It's just weird how she trains her hands all the time, but her hands never get better.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a hot take. I think her hands have gotten worse. Maybe she needs to stop training her hands.
Yeah. She just takes some time off, dude. Yeah. She's overtraining them.
Yeah, diminishing returns, brother.
That's funny. All right, before we get into this week's fight picks, we do go live on Kick, Twitch, and YouTube, and now TikTok. Every Saturday, we're going to be watching the fights. We'll be live betting and live reacting. So if you want to watch us win big or lose big, you don't want to miss it.
First off on the card, we have Aaron Tao versus Namsrai Batbayar. Who you got?
I have Aaron Tao in this one. I think he has some pretty crazy power. I think this is kind of like water fighting stone because Namsrai has a lot of submissions, but it's going to be kind of like when you see a wrestler go against a jiu-jitsu guy, how he just dominates him. I think that's what it's going to be. I think we're going to see a lot of ground and pound. I think Aaron Tao is going to beat the brakes off him and then either end it with ground and pound or just beat him all 3 rounds same way.
I have Batbayar.
Oh, really?
Line, yeah. I think that he is just, he's 9-0 or not. Sorry. He's 9-1 and all 9 wins are from finishes. I believe it's 4 knockout, 5 submissions. I just think that he has an eye for just getting the job done. And I think he's going to get it done against Aaron Tao. The problem is that like the first 4 of this card are just people. It's hard to find any information on these guys.
Oh yeah, did you look at the footage? I was like, that's the only thing I'm going off of is like, I was like, I'm just gonna look at stylistically matching up this dude, how he fights when he's in there versus this dude, how he fights when he's in there. And I just thought that Batbayar is a little bitch compared to Tao, brother. Just kidding.
I was like, damn, okay.
No, but for real, I mean, I think it's gonna go all the rounds though, so we could just do the over.
We could definitely do the over.
Bang, the over.
Because I think that like they're both tough enough that they're gonna just be walking through punches and shit.
Yeah, I just don't see Batbayar getting a submission up, and then Tao. I don't think he's gonna throw a submission, but I mean, he could definitely knock Batbayar. I don't think Batbayar can knock him.
That's true.
So it's like the only road is by decision for Batbayar. And I think that Tao's going to win. So I think just doing the over makes sense.
Next, we have Sulang Rangbo versus Lawrence Louis. Who you got?
I definitely have Sulang on this one. I think that Lawrence can get dropped and Sulang can drop people. He is on 9-fight win streak. So I definitely have Sulang on this one. Who do you have?
I actually have Sulang as well.
Hell yeah.
I think that he just has the power and he's just going to look pretty fucking good doing it.
Yeah, it looks like a really good stylistic matchup for him.
You do have to watch out because Louis is from City Kickboxing and they do churn out.
A lot of these fools are from City Kickboxing.
Yeah, so it's like it's really hard. They're going to be in Australia as well.
Can I just let you in on a little tidbit that I just found out by watching this week's countdown? Did you know that Eugene and Dan Hooker were training partners? That's how they met.
What?
Yeah. I was watching UFC, The Embedded, and he was like, yeah, I met him when we were training partners, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, training partners? Super weird.
It's weird when you're like they're peers at that point, right? They're colleagues, and then he becomes your coach.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that'd be so strange.
I guess.
It'd be like us being students, and then I was like, hey, by the way, I'm now the teacher.
He's the first person to bring him into the UFC, though. That was his first fighter. But that's similar to, I mean, Colby Covington when he was cornering Masvidal. You know what I mean? But the thing that was funny was I was watching this happen, and there was no one around me that I could talk to about it. I was like,
dude, that's the worst, man.
Guys, like,
yeah, they're like, none of those words matter to me whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm like.
Next, we have Keiichiro Nakamura versus Sebastian Szalay.
Sure. Sounds good to me.
Sounds great.
I have Keiichiro to win this. I think his hands are too sharp and too devastating. Szalay is coming off he's a decision fighter. So all of his things are decision, right? Coming off a KO win. Go look at that guy's record. 3 knockout losses on his pro record of his small pro record. And then an additional one on the Expedition one at the very beginning of his pro career. So this guy he's probably going to get knocked out. Let's just be fair. I think it's going to be a TKO. It's called a spade a spade. If you were to put money on anything, I'd put it on either just not going the distance. I just don't think it's going the distance.
True. First of all, I think this is an adequate amount of records. Just saying. I don't think that's a small record. That's perfectly acceptable. I also have Nakamura. You just don't bet against a guy named Nakamura if he's fighting. I just feel like every single time there's someone with the last name Nakamura, they just have clean ass hands. And it just is what it is. So like I was just looking at the names. I was like, oh, Nakamura. Like you didn't even
look at his record.
Yeah, I was just like, Nakamura, he's just a fucking dog. I can tell
that one.
Yep. Next. Next I have Songwoo Kim versus Dom Marfan. Who you got?
I have Dom to win this. He's only has 2 losses. Both losses, Runica chokes from the same guy, Killian, who is also on this same card. But if you look at that guy knocked out Nazareth on like the shortest notice ever. And then he also beat Nazareth. Like, what are we doing here? Who do you have?
I have Kim.
You look silly over here. Who do you have?
I have Kim moneyline. I
That's
don't know.
interesting. Why do you have Cam money line?
Maybe it's because I was I just liked his power. I gotta be honest.
What powers does he have?
He's got like just like super strength and like super speed and
My guy's just good looking.
yeah.
He's just really, really good looking.
It's a toss up for all these fights, but I just thought that he's also done the road to UFC before, so he has like that experience, and I think him being in like his prime, being like 31, 32. I think that lends experience as well to edge that win, but I can see it going both ways.
Okay, so what are we doing?
I mean, we could do Don Marfan.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
Like,
Fucking
no,
twist your arm.
I mean, it again, like most of these people, it's so hard to find like really solid info on them.
Yeah.
Even like finding like ages, it'll be like they're around this age. I'm like, don't you have fucking actual like date of births and shit? It's like, no, it's like estimated.
Yeah, it's like christenings.
Yeah. They use like year of the something, and like we just can't really guess on that.
Yeah, it's like Year of the Pig, but it's like, when did they change it, you know?
Now to real fights. We got Con Offley versus Ying Jia. Who do you got?
I gotta tell you, I'm a big Offley guy. So
Yeah.
I'm betting on him. Even if you don't think he's gonna win, you should just bet on him because he's just a good guy. I I watched him on The Ultimate Fighter. He was crushing it. And then the last time we picked fights, I picked him to win. We chose he didn't win. And then we decided that we're not going to not listen to me ever again when it comes to Con Offley. He's too well-rounded. So who are we betting on?
Con Offley.
Con Offley.
I learned my lesson. If there's one thing I know in life, is I learned from my mistakes. I am not betting on Con Offley in this fight.
Yeah, I think that Yi as well. A lot of times he loses composure. He gets lost in the moment. Like you'll see him yelling and just getting all in his feelings during the fight. And I think Khan has enough experience to just stay composed. In those, probably in the second, third round, you're going to see him doing that screaming and yelling. And Khan's not going to give a shit. Khan's going to keep doing Khan things, and he's going to take this fight.
100%. I agree. Next is a fight that was supposed to be last year, I believe, but now is coming back this year. We have Jonathan McAuliffe versus the Welsh gangster himself, Oban Elliott. Who you got?
Oban Elliott, 100%. This is a walkthrough fight at this point. Jonathan is only fighting dudes that are on losing records. Oban, I mean, he is the gangster. He's the gangster. So I think Jonathan's not as polished as Oban. I think it's an easy fight.
Yeah, I also have Oban Elliott. I don't think I had him last time, but I just over time just figuring things out and looking through his fights and stuff like that.
And the momentum.
I think that his pressure is just going to be just too much.
Mm-hmm.
He's just that guy, I think. So, this is going to be a true test to see whether or not either one of them is that guy, honestly. Because, I mean, everyone's touting McAuliffe as the next big thing in Australian fighting.
But you got to look at who he's fighting.
Yeah.
Who he's looking good up against.
I agree 100%. And that's why I'm going to put my money with Oban, because I've seen the glimpses of what people are talking about with him being just that fucking guy. Next, we have Jacob Malkoun versus Torres Finney. Who do you got?
I have Torres Finney for this money line. I think that it's easy to do Torres Finney by decision because, I mean, this guy just loves to hug people. He's going to sit there and hug him the entire time. I can't wait for this guy's contract to be done so that Dana White can just get him out of here. This guy is not a fun fighter, not top fighter. I just don't even want to talk about this guy like at all. His nickname is the Punisher, which I think is mad ironic, seeing as there's no punishing other than the fact that he's hugging people the entire time. Very annoying.
How dare you? That's not the only thing is punishing. He's punishing us for having to fucking watch that shit.
What did we do to you?
Yeah, what did we do to you? I also have Torres Finney. This is my lock of the week. It's going to go decision. He's a boring fighter. He is not exciting. Anyone that's in the middleweight division that has any sort of grappling defense that has striking, I think would just walk right through him. I mean, even someone like a Bo Nickel is just going to fucking destroy this dude. He has little to no hands. I don't know what to say. He is going to win, though, because his grappling is that good. But he doesn't finish fights. He doesn't try to do anything like that. So, sorry. Just going to be decision.
100% agree. Moving on.
Next one I'm pretty stoked on. It's going to be Cam Rouston versus Cody Brundage. Who you got?
I have Cam to win this. Honestly, all cards on the table. Cam going into Dana White Contender Series, I actually wasn't too hot on him. I was like, yeah, he got kind of lucky. He's going to go in the UFC. He's going to get dog walked. Then he puts out Andre within seconds, just that left hook. Crazy, dude. What the fuck? Who saw that happening? Yeah, I just feel like after he did that, I would just be a hater at that point. So I'm pretty excited to see him against Brundage. Brundage is interesting, though, because it's like, which Brundage are we getting? He's a coin toss. Are we getting full throttle Brundage with it's like crazy in there? Or are we going to get the Brundage that's like flat and is just kind of going to get dusted by Cam? And Cam's going to look really good. They're going to give him someone who's too good at that point because he just did that to Brundage. So I hope it's just a good fight and we see a lot out of Cam because we haven't really seen a lot out of Cam yet. I want to see where he's at in the actual rankings.
I agree. I also have Cam Rouston. I wasn't too high on him either. I thought that he looked unconfident in his fight in Contender Series. Like he almost couldn't trust it. Like he doesn't trust his abilities. But then watching him put out Andre Petroski, who's like hard to put out, like Rodolfo Vieira tried to put out Andre Petroski. He couldn't. He's got heavy hands. So, I mean, that just kind of shows how good Cam Rouston's hands can be. And if he is just keeping this momentum of, hey, I'm that guy, I just put out Andre Petroski against a Brundage that's not on his A game, I think that we're going to see a sick highlight, honestly.
And I think the City Kickboxing is going to take this one very seriously. It's going to be more than just I have a UFC fighter in here. It's going to be like, you're going against Cody Brundage. This is going to be a big deal. Lots of tape on him. Lots of things we're working on. And I think they're going to turn out just a really good victory.
Yeah, I think that they're kind of looking to see who their next in line is as well in that count. You're having Izzy. He's getting up there in age. You have Dan Hooker. He's getting up in age.
He's getting up in losses, brother.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, so I think that they're trying to see what their new wave is. Who are we investing their time in? You got Navajo Sterling, who's a dog. They're investing a lot of time in him.
I like him a lot.
Yeah, and I think that they're also looking into Cam Rouston and like we're gonna really invest time and put our chips with him. So next we have Junior Tafa versus Billy Elikana. Who you got?
I have Junior Tafa by rear naked choke. No, I have Billy Elikana. If you want to get spicy, submission is on the table for this one for sure. Because if we know one thing about the Tafas, they're allergic to ground game. They won't learn ground game to save their life, which is in this case what's going to happen. Billy Elikana is just going to, I think he's going to take him down and try to, rear naked choke him, do whatever he wants to him because they do not do ground game. I don't know why, but Elikana, he has 2 submission victories in his record. Tafa has 2 submission losses in his record. I mean, how nice would it be just to go up 1 on each? You know what I mean? So I would just say it'd be crazy to put submission down, but Billy Elikana money line or submission, that'd be spicy.
I also have Billy on this one. I really hope that Junior Tafa goes out there and just puts him out. I'm not super high on Billy Elikana.
Me either whatsoever.
Yeah, like I think Junior Tafa putting him out and having him rise the rankings is a more interesting storyline than Billy Elikana because I think that his ceiling is lower than Tafa's.
I think both their ceilings are dog shit. I think Elikana, I don't think he's going to beat any really good guys. I don't think he's going to be champion. I don't think any of that stuff or even get close to it. But Junior Tafa, he's not going to beat anyone who could do a single leg.
Yeah.
So it's like, where are we going with this?
That's true. That's true.
This is just such like a null fight. We don't really care about any. These are fillers.
Yeah, it doesn't really move the needle anywhere.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Junior needs to put him out just because he needs fans. He's not fighting for gold. He's fighting for fans.
Yeah.
So just what they're fighting for is different.
The interesting part is that they are in Australia, and he's a hometown kid. So maybe that gives him a little bit of extra motivation to put this guy out as well. Next one we have is Killian Salkid versus Jamie Malarkey. Who you got?
So this is actually my lock of the week. I have I have Killian by KO. This fool is gonna knock out Jamie Malarkey. Jamie Malarkey is just ripe for the picking for these KOs against a guy like Killian. Jamie Malarkey was such a good litmus test for if you should be in the UFC. So give him to like the newer guys, the guys that are trying to get into the rankings, like all these people, kind of that middle ground. I think it's a really good litmus test, but I think it's an easy lock of the week. Jamie Malarkey has 6 KO losses in his entire career, and 4 of them came from his last 4 losses. So his last 4 losses, all of them KOs. So if you think Killian is going to win this, why not just throw it on KO? Because if he loses, he's going to lose by KO. That just is what it is. He gets hit with one shot, gets dough-legged, and then he just gets ground and pounded, or he just gets put out fully. Also, I love that Volk's on this because I love the Volk knockout when he knocked out Killian. I thought that was so sick.
Good. Knocked out.
Yeah, when he knocked out Malarkey.
Yeah, Malarkey.
If you look at the last knockout that Killian did, I think that was his last fight as well.
Yeah, Nasrat.
Yeah, took on Nasrat with like no time at all. Goes in there, head kick. I was screaming on the live stream. Insane, brother.
Dude, that's the whole reason why I have him. I was going to do that as my lock of the week. Him by knockout. If you can put out Nasrat short notice, a guy that's never been knocked, what are you going to do with the full fight camp against a guy that only gets knocked? I'm just saying, it just makes way too much sense. And it feels like why would you not put money on the table for that?
Easy lock of the week.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah. It's like, next question, please. Holy shit. Yeah, I love Killian. His overall stand-up game is just very beyond his years for how young he is. And I just think that he's going to move up the ranks from here as well. You know, he's only going to get better from here. So I think that his ceiling is honestly really fucking high.
I agree.
With how good his striking is right now. Next one we have is, I'm pretty excited for it. You got Tai Tuivasa versus Taliesin Teixeira. Who you got?
Dude, I am so excited to see Tai back in the octagon. I cannot wait to see what shape he's in. I have Tai Tuivasa. Honestly, maybe knockout. Maybe. Who knows? Derek Lewis, let's just do some MMA math together. Derek Lewis just chin checked and put out Taliesin Teixeira. Then you have Tai Tuivasa, who knocked out Derek Lewis. So I think what's going to happen is he's going to come out hungrier than ever. We know it's not going to the ground, and I think he's probably going to put out Taliesin Teixeira. If you look back to the Gon fight, do you think Taliesin Teixeira hits harder than Gon? He was standing with Gon forever. The people he's fought is way, way tougher. They're way tougher than Taliesin Teixeira's previous matchups. I think that is a great fight for Tuivasa. I think he comes in, he gets it done, most likely knockout. Also, if you look back when he fought last time when he was in Australia, what did he do? Knock some fools out, had a shoey.
Okay, first of all, that's a top 5 celebration of all time.
That's top 1. That is the celebration. A shoey? There's nothing more gangster than a shoey.
Honestly, so gangster. Especially if it's like from some random person.
That's disgusting.
Disgusting, but like so gangster if you do it.
I love watching fighters, especially you don't see as much now, but back in the day, you would see fighters leaving, going back, walking after a victory, and fans be handing them beers, and they would just pound beers.
Oh, dude, you haven't had a
Sick.
beer in like 2 months.
So
Bro,
sick.
Why not? Joe, I also have Tai Tuivasa. I don't know. Maybe it's just me being a fanboy of Tai Tuivasa, but I think the UFC is better if he is on a winning streak. Also, we don't know anything about Teixeira's ground game. What is Tai Tuivasa's kryptonite? Ground game. So if Taliesin Teixeira does not have good ground game, can't get him to the ground, they have to stand and bang. There's little to no one that I want to do that in this earth than against Tai Tuivasa. Absolutely the fuck not. He even almost put out Cyril Gahn. Like,
Insane.
that was, like, think of how close. In a different universe, we would have Tai Tuivasa potentially fighting and eye-poking Tom Aspinall a couple months ago. Like, I'm just saying, he would have put out Cyril Gahn, and then it would have been Tai Tuivasa versus Tom Aspinall.
True.
I'm just saying, that would have been a fun fight. Not the point of the story. I think that Tai coming back, though, I think that he knows that, like, the grass isn't greener, dude. Like, you know, I have to fight. I have to put butts in seats. I have to do this for my family, all that shit. I think this is going to be a different Tai. I think it's going to be a very focused Tai. And I think we're all going to remember why we like Tai.
I think Taliesin Teixeira's best way of victory, his best path, is to keep it at kickboxing range and just kind of keep kicking and stuff like that. He's a very tall guy. But the thing that gives me pause is what Taliesin Teixeira did to Justin Tafa in just one round.
The body shots that he could potentially do to Tai is definitely the part that, like, it's like, oh, that could definitely happen. How do you not like Tai Tuivasa? You know, he's doing shoeies and shit like that. Like, dude, I mean, for the bit, I'm just gonna bet on him. Next, we have Rafael Fiziev versus Mauricio Rufy. Who you got?
I'm gonna get so much hate for this in the comments. I just know it. I'm going Rafael Fiziev for the win. Mauricio Rufy, who has he fought, right? Who has he fought that's actually given him a good look? I think the best stand-up fighter that he's fought, probably Bobby Green. He put him out real quick. Bobby Green's weird. That's not Fiziev. Fiziev's not going to fight you like that weird, I'm going to keep my hands down, I'm going to be silly the whole time. Dude, he's bringing you the fight the whole time.
Yeah.
He's starting with a kick. He's ending with a kick. This is a hungry Rafael as well. He comes back. He goes and he takes that fight against Gaethje. He looked incredible in that fight against Gaethje on like a 2-week notice or whatever the hell it was. Then he goes, just all of his fights, bang, bang, bang. The level that he's fighting at, going down to fight Rufy, insane. Rufy is in for a rude awakening. I think that he has some holes in his game. I think he can get timid at times. When he was against BSD, we saw him get timid. Even in BSD striking. Who's going to win in a striking match, BSD or Fiziev? Crazy to me. But, I mean, what do I know? Rufy could definitely get it done. I just don't see it happening.
I have Rufy money line.
I know you're a big Rufy guy.
I am a big Rufy guy, but I also am a fan of people that have their unbeaten streak broken and coming back. Because if you're doing it right, you lose, like Patty, for example. He loses the next fight he's going to have. He's going to look the best he's ever looked. He's going to look like an absolute world beater where we're like, oh my God, he's that fucking dude. You know, look for a submission or a knockout in the next fight again with Patty. I think it's going to be similar with Rufy. Like losing in your unbeaten streak, you go back to the drawing board and you're like, okay, where the fuck did I mess up on this one? You know, where are my holes in my game? And then you learn and you get better from that if you're doing it right. So I'm assuming he's doing it right because you got the fight nerds. So, I mean, I think most of them have won after their losses. You know, I think they do a really good job of being like, okay, we lost. Where the fuck did we go wrong? Okay, let's fix that shit. Now we're going to come back. So that's why I think that Rufy's going to win this one. But I think it's going to be a war. I think, honestly, it might be like a split decision, majority decision. It could be something really weird and screwy like that. I mean, because Fiziev, we haven't really seen him get put out. You know, the only time he's technically gotten put out was because he got his knee blown out with a non-contact injury. Like, can't really say much about that. It just is what it is. But, I mean, Rufy can definitely get it done. Next one, we have the co-main. We have Dan Hooker versus Benoit Saint Denis. Who you got?
I have BSD. I'm not betting against BSD for a long, long time. This guy is this next level thing. When you bet against him, you lose. Like, that just is what it is. Unless it's Dustin Poirier. But then that's Dustin Poirier. Or Moicano. But we got to just remember to not remember that.
But sometimes Moicano comes out and you're just like, oh, dude, he's a fucking dog. You know, it's like he is definitely a guy you can't always bet for him. You can't always bet against him. He is a very screwy fighter like that.
I think that what we're going to see is Dan Hooker come in, try to give him a war. I think BSD, you could take him to the ground, could arm in him where he just submits him real quick. He could just try to strike with him as much as he can. I don't see why you would. I think that if you're BSD, the best thing to do is just to, take him down, just finish him. No reason to take any additional damage. I know you're on a card against Dan Hooker. Everyone wants to see you strike and stuff, but I mean, if you could take him down and finish him, everyone likes a finish. Just don't take him down and just, hump his leg and put him on half guard for an hour. But if you can get the finish, you could do ground and pound. I mean, you could fight him and just make it a war for, 3 rounds. Was it 3 rounds or 5?
3 rounds.
Yeah, it's 3 rounds. 15 minutes of a war. You could do that too. But I see BSD winning in all facets.
I also have Benoit Saint-Denis. If I had a second lock of the week that I could do, it would be him by submission. I completely agree with you with every single point. How I see this fight going is he might stand and bang with him for a second. Problem is that that's what Dan Hooker wants you to do. He wants it to be a dirty fight, and then he just can go and throw some shit, and it's going to hit because he's Dan Hooker. And then, that's what happens. But you can't get into his fight game if you're Benoit. You're going to be like, hey, I'm going to take you down, and I'm just going to submit you. Like that's obviously the strategy you have to have with Dan Hooker.
Yeah.
Because if you go in the pocket with him or you're in the phone booth, I mean, his striking is not as good as Dustin Poirier, but he can crack shots like Dustin Poirier. So it's like you definitely don't want to be there because we know what happened with you and Dustin Poirier.
How about that, Dan?
Yeah. So, you definitely don't want that shit. So, have a clean, unscathed, like live to fight another day type of thing, Hey, you put him out real quick. Okay, cool. Awesome. Now you're going to fight a top 5 fighter maybe in July for International Fight Week. If you just, got that submission. So hopefully he does it like that. If it is turning into a war, I mean, that's when it's going to definitely get screwy. But I think Benoit's just going to fucking walk right through him. I think he's literally just going to God of War him. He's just going to take him to the ground. He's going to fucking get him by, do we dare say which kind of submission?
Go Plata.
I mean, I guess you would have to go rear naked choke, right? You think he does that?
Could be a head and arm even.
Ooh, head and arm would be fucking spicy. I haven't seen a head and arm in forever, I feel.
I just think
UFC.
I don't know. Head and arm is something you could get on Dan Hooker.
The ones that obviously I don't see it being like a triangle or something like that. Because I don't see him being on bottom position. Dude, from mount.
Brutal.
That would be so disrespectful.
I think that Dan Hooker as well, he has a big problem with getting unfocused in fights. Like he has too much fun out there, it almost seems like.
He gets lost in the sauce type of thing.
Yeah.
The last one is going to be for the main event. We have Alexander Volkanovski versus Diego Lopes 2. Who you got?
I don't know if I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but my pick is Volk. I think Volk's going to take it this time, just like he took it last time. Rewatching the first fight, he's so much stronger in the grappling exchanges. I know that Lopes is like this huge grappler. He's really good. But if you watch a wrestler and then you watch a Brazilian jiu-jitsu guy and you're in MMA, usually the wrestler is able to, like stack you and keep you down and drag you to the ground, like all these different things, because it's like a powerhouse versus jiu-jitsu, which is more like water and fluid and, throwing up submissions and this, that, and the third. But I don't think that we're going to see a submission from Lopes. So I think that because of the wrestling and the striking IQ, I think that, and just putting everything together, I think that Volk takes this. Just like the first one, I think that they're going to work on a lot of the stuff. Maybe exits, a little bit better exits for Volk. The problem with Lopes that I noticed is he gets married to this one exchange thing that he practices on the pads all day. And it's the same like 10 punch combo thing that he throws. And he throws it every time. Like every time he gets close, he throws the same combo. And it's a big combo. It's like a 30 punch combo. And so eventually one hits. But you'll notice in like round 2 and 3, Volk was able to get a huge left hook off that because he knows it's coming. He goes, oh, this, boom. This, boom. And he kept on hitting with the same left hook. So he needs to not get married to that. And I think his best way of victory is bringing it to Volk and just hoping for a stumble into a submission, a stumble into ground and pound, some type of, he needs that moment, that one moment where he just jumps on it. Because if he goes all the rounds, I think all the rounds, Volk wins.
I have Lopes money line.
Really? Because Volk's a year older?
I think that this goes to decision. This is my tinfoil hat. I think that Diego Lopes, it's going to go to decision. Diego Lopes gets the decision. And we're going to be like, wow, I don't know if he won that. Maybe he did win that. And then we're running it back for the third one, for the trilogy. And then Volkanovski wins the trilogy and retires on winning the trilogy.
You think he's going to disrespect Lerone Murphy like that and say, I'm not retiring. I'll fight you, man. And then he just doesn't fight him. He fights homeboy twice, then retires instead of fighting him. Damn.
I don't know, man.
You think that low of our boy Volkanovski? Brutal. I feel so bad for Volk.
I think he has 1 or 2 fights left in him. I don't want him to fight just because he wants to fight. You know, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah, I want him to fight because he needs to fight.
No, like I don't want him to like fight out of his prime.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want him to fight on the decline where we're like, oh, Lerone beat him, but then we're like, but like he wasn't in his prime.
Here's my tinfoil hat.
Okay.
So he goes and he fights Lopes, beats Lopes. Then he fights Lerone, beats Lerone. Evloev goes and he calls him out and he goes, actually, dude, I'm retiring. I'll see you later. And then he retires as one of the greatest of all time.
Definitely can happen. I don't know. I just think that the having a trilogy would be very interesting with that.
Oh, 100%. I would love to see a trilogy, but I would cry if he got beat. Trilogy beat. I'd be like, oh man.
That's true. But like it would have to be by decision. If he was to get knocked or if he got submitted, like something definitive like that, I don't think they run it back with Volk. I think they would give Diego Lopes a shot at someone else, like a Lerone Murphy or whatnot.
Yeah.
But I mean, I want Volk to win though.
I just give the power advantage on the feet, and then also in the grappling exchanges to Volk. And that's 75-80% of MMA.
And everyone's like, oh, dude, it's been like a year off since he's fought. That's a good thing for him because that means he's recovered for a year and everything like that. I mean, we can definitely go with Volk because I am Team Volk. Like, I want Volk to win. I just feel like Diego can definitely get it done.
I don't think Diego can't get it done. I just think that Volk will get it done.
Sorry, it's just like the more I think about it, like, oh yeah, he's a year off. He's got a year of recovery, getting the reset and stuff like that, and then he gets to come back into the ring. I think that's really good for someone that's on the older side because, like, I guess not as much damage, but then also, like, he doesn't need necessarily like he's not gonna have like that like ring rust that a normal person would have because he has so much experience fighting in the ring.
All right, that's a wrap for this week's fights. Thanks for hanging out with us. If you enjoy this content, all of our social media is linked in the bio. Be sure to subscribe, cash those tickets, and don't forget, bet smart, fight hard. We'll catch you in the next card.